Hey, what is up guys? Hayden Huynh here, back with another video, and today we're going to do something a bit different. Today we're going to go through the processes on how I make my Michael Jackson dance videos, specifically the ones which are live or have a lot of multicam shots. Now this video is going to be not scripted like my usual videos, so you're going to hear a lot of umming and ahhing, so just bear with it. So basically not how we, because we're not a company, how I create my videos is firstly we get the raw files. Now what I've got on my hard drive over here, I've also opened it here, is basically this whole archive of my performances throughout the years. And today we're going to be editing, let's see, okay. Alright, today we're going to be editing Wear It Purple Day, Billie Jean. If you haven't seen it, here it is. This is what the final product look like, but I'm going to show you the processes. So if we open up a new Finder window, we're going to go to my hard drive and look up hard drive number 1. So this is basically my Final Cut Pro library in my hard drive. I've got two Final Cut Pro libraries, one on my laptop and one on my hard drive. The reason why I use my hard drive is it has more space. It's 4 terabytes, and basically my normal laptop storage runs out really quickly. I usually have 20 gigabytes available. So this is just a project that I'm doing. I might blur it out. So on here, we're going to call it Billie Jean Wear It Purple Redux, because I've already made my version. I'm quite happy with it. So 1080p. Now this is either 50, so this is basically the frame rate, 50p or 60p. Usually I would either do 50 or 60, but let's just do 60, because I will show you how I make my footages from 50 frames or a frame rate which is not in 60 turn into 60. Okay, so we basically opened a new project. I'm going to close that. So the editor that I'm using is Final Cut Pro. On here is basically just stuff to edit the video, like the crop and stabilization. This I will explain later, and let's import these footages in. So we're purple. So we got the main performances. So this is camera angle 1, and then this is camera angle 2. So I'll just import that in, close everything down, and now we just zoom out. Right, so we've got 2 angles of my performance. As you can see, one's of different quality. So this is from my friend's camera, which is a Panasonic, I think, Panasonic Lumix, and this is from my Canon camcorder. So if we go in intro, both clips I believe are in 50 frames. And you're probably wondering, oh Hayden, we did this project in 60 frames. What I can do is I can do an optical flow to make the 50 frames look like 60 frames. Alright, so let's get into editing this video. So you can see the waveforms here. I'm going to turn down a bit because it's a bit loud. So just looking at the waveform, this is where the performance starts. I think how I edit it goes tick, 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 tick. Alright. So there's also, if we find that waveform here, it goes, I think, tick, 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 doosh, alright, etc, etc. So what I normally do is, I know there's a multicam function in Final Cut Pro, but I tend not to use it because I prefer looking at all the footages together. Now what we do is we turn the scale down to 50, and basically camera 1, I'm going to just put it to the left hand side, and then camera 2, we're going to put it on the right. Oops. Camera 2, we're going to put it on the right hand side. So if we go back to that cue where I go tick tick tick, that's where we're gonna that's when we're gonna synchronize our clips together. So if we just turn it up a little bit and we synchronize it. So right on that, I'm gonna place a marker there. Zoom out, we're gonna find where I do that first pose. And we're going to put a marker here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to synchronize both of those points together, and we actually have a clip where both the video and audio are synchronized together. There we go. So if we play it from the beginning, it seems to be all matched up. So now we've got two angles in which we can edit from, chop and change. So what I normally do with the audio is I detach all of the audios from the clips, and so these are the audios from, well, the raw audios from both clips. But what I normally do is I normally use the master. If I look up my name, if I can actually spell it correctly. Why is it in GarageBand? Alright, so Hayden. I have an album where it's Hayden's Performance Material. Where Billie Jean Wembley edited. So basically, I do the audio mixing first. So you can see that the waveforms indicate. There we go. If we just synchronize it, turn up a little bit. So we've got on the bottom is the master. In the middle is, I think, camera 2 or camera 1. And then that is also camera 2 or camera 1. I'm not too sure. But looking at it, that's basically all the audio is synced up. And now this is where we go. This is where we basically start the cut of the performance video. So basically, before that, we need to color correct this. So on the left hand, this shows light going in, and I'm just going to show you how to color correct it. So I don't know what I'm talking about. So this graph goes from -20 to 120. I normally get the largest waveform and just do it under 100. I just play around with it, see what it looks like. And then I'll also do it with this one as well. There we go. And what I normally do is, since it's different cameras, I normally match the color from one camera to another. So in this case, match it to this. Alright. So now we start assembling the cut. Now for the beginning of the video, we'll just start from here. And yes, of course, my battery is charged 100%. Alright, so basically I've made it. So this is the start, indicates the start of the video. So just right before I perform Billie Jean. So this is where we start to look at both angles and decide what makes the final cut. So just skimming through, well, I'll zoom out a little bit. Just skimming through these footages, you can see that one is a wide shot and one is kind of a close-up shot. And here you can see a close-up of my feet, so it looks really cool. So just a variety of shots. So basically I normally start off with a wide shot first. but there's a man who goes into his way. So what I normally try to do is I try to block any people or just cut out people who walk in front of the camera. Obviously, it's not their fault. I'm not sure they even notice it. But I try to make it as seamless as possible. So it's this clip. I use the blade tool to cut him out. So that's basically defunct. So this shows that I don't want to use this clip anymore. So what I normally do is I normally just cut through clips that I want and some clips that I want to turf. So for example, this front, I just normally cut it like that. So I do this throughout the video. I'm doing probably a pretty crap job at it because since I've already edited, I already know what cut or what cues there are. I'm just showing you just for demonstration. So let's just say if I'm just cutting, cut. I mean, this is done with more thought and more of a system, but I'm just showing you just for demonstration purposes. So just imagine that my creative vision, these are all the clips that I want to use in my timeline. So you're probably thinking, oh, hey, it's not really finished. There's one clip's isolated here and then there's a double clip here. So basically I select all the clips. Remember how I did the scale? I normally turn it to 100 now. I basically reset all the parameters. So it turns into one clip like that. So I'll give you a preview of what it looks like. So basically transforms the work in process to what you basically see on YouTube or the finished product. So basically with the audio, that's the video done. With the audio, it's slightly different. So we've got the master here and then the two camera shots. I normally turn everything down just a little bit, so the audio doesn't distort. And I basically sometimes turn up the master up just a little bit because I hate how the actual song echoes in some cases. So using the master actually drowns out the audience just a little bit and also enhances the song file. And I normally, since these are inconsistent, I normally just do fade-ins. So I'll crop that, I'll fade that in, also fade this one in as well. So it's just a gradual thing. I mean, this starts off and then all of the audio consistently fades in. Then after that, I think that's basically done in terms of how this was made. This not bus for charity. This Billie Jean Wear It Purple video was made. And usually, I normally go to the YouTube page, kind of do all the thumbnails and stuff. Basically, what I've now done is I normally go to the video related content. Wait, let me start again. I've got this folder on my laptop, which basically has all my green screens and has all my intros. I normally go to the, where is it? It's an end title. Yep, YouTube end screen. So I normally drag that in. So this is just basically a blank screen in which I edit on YouTube, like my YouTube account, and on the right are the videos. So that's basically, oh, I forgot one thing, how to make this into 60 frames per second when it's a 50 frame video. So if I select all and I scroll down, I normally go to the rate conform section and I click optical flow. So basically what this what this function does is it's telling the computer to make the file, not the file, the video frame rate, the original video frame rate to 60 frames per second. So if you look at it, I'm going frame by frame, you can see that it kind of looks like it's a ghost effect. Like for example on this shoe, you can see that it kind of doubles or interlaces with each other. It basically makes subframes between the frames to make the video appear more smoother. So that's how I basically get all my videos to go into a higher frame rate from 30. So usually the common frame rates that I export in are either 50 frames or 60 frames per second. So yeah, that's basically it of how to make one of my performance videos. Hope you enjoy, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.